Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my client Michelle's vlog, and new training system is being used. So, as we explained before, what are we doing with her now? She wants to do 2 meets a year. She wants to either do nationals or worlds every year, right? So we'll keep her qualified for stuff in her new weight class, and we're going to start doing bikini. So, what does that mean? It means a lot of rep work. We're going to keep doing training maxes so that she can power lift. I want those training maxes at around 90% of what I think her current maxes are. So that means on our 2 upper body days, we do bench. And then on the lower body days, we do squat on one of them, deadlift on the other. After that, everything else is hypertrophy work. We're putting a lot of focus on some weak points. We don't normally train biceps for her. We're adding curls in. Although she did hammer curls this time, and I wanted her to do supine curls, but she now knows, and so we corrected it. So what we're doing with this stuff for all this work, everything is being supersetted, right? We're doing supersets. And again, we're putting a lot more focus on her delts and her calves now. Again, for bikini, those both need to come up. We need calf to delts. We got to bring those calves up. Obviously, we want everything to grow, glutes, quads, lats, everything. We want everything to grow, arms. But right now, in terms of priority, calves. So we're hitting calves from a couple angles, and then we're doing delt work. So for our first exercises, we're supersetting pull-ups with flat benching, which you guys can see here, right? Which we like. These are good exercises, good base building exercises. I'm a big fan. Then I have her doing one-arm dumbbell rows, followed by incline bench. So the idea here is, of course, 2 different angles. We want at least 10 reps on everything. I want sets very, very close to failure. So we're hitting 2 angles on all this pushing and pulling. And this is all being done as antagonistic muscle group supersets. So we do bench, we do pull-ups, okay? Then we do dumbbell rows, followed by incline. Right? So what are we getting? We're getting a vertical pull, a horizontal pull. And then, of course, we get a very delt dominant chest press. So then what we do, we work the other muscles in supersets. All right, 2 delt exercises. We're doing physique stuff now. She is a drug-free girl. Okay? Delts are difficult to build. Delts can make or break her in bikini competitions, right? Things like delts, things like glutes, things like calves. This is stuff that can make or break you, even at very, very low levels. So we do these, and then we do tricep extension. So I have her superset these back and forth. But good, notice she took that set kind of to failure, pause, kind of squeezed out 1 more rep. So we're pushing these sets hard. Then I had her superset those with lying tricep extensions. And then her next superset after that is lateral raises with curls. Okay, we've done laterals in the past for her, right? We've used these in the past. We like these. These work great for her. We're using them to finish her delts. So much like a lot of the other stuff you'll see us doing, right? We do all the rowing and the pull-ups, and then we finish the biceps off with curls. So the shoulder's kind of the same thing. We're going to do a big movement followed by a small movement. Now, keeping in mind, we're doing rowing and incline work, so that helps. So then what we're seeing here, she supersets the laterals with curls. And we discussed her curl form for anyone jumps in and they don't like what she's doing. We're already working on it. She's not used to doing curls. It's not normally part of our training for her. We've always just allowed her back work to handle biceps. But we can't do that if we're going to chase physique. So it's got to be corrected. And so we're going to learn how to curl, and it's all good. There's a learning curve on everything. All right, lower body day. First one is a squat training max, and then the second one we start it with a deadlift training max, and then we go straight into all of our hypertrophy work. All right, we do the training max, and we keep these with our competition style lifts. So because we are still powerlifting, she's still going to go to one of the worlds. She's qualified for both worlds events. We're doing one of them. So we need to keep those competition lifts up. So then we are doing posterior dominant first. So I'm having her on the supersets we are doing the posterior chain exercise first, and then we do a quad exercise. So in this case, we do a glute ham raise, and then we superset it with a leg press. I do like this for a lot of lifters, particularly on some of the rep work, to get those hamstrings pumped, to do an exercise that works the hamstring, and then we do the squat pattern movement. It can actually create a lot of stability. I don't worry about it always. For me, I've done it in the past because I have big, thick hamstrings. I'm not that worried. She's a lighter frame lifter, long legs. I kind of like that idea of getting her that extra pump there so that we get a little more stability. All right? Gets better knee joint stability, everything. And then we go into the leg presses. All right, leg pressing, we're doing a fairly close stance, trying to go deep, trying to get a deep knee angle. All right, in this case, we are really worried about quads. I'm not worried about, oh, let's maximize the adductors for squatting. We're doing posterior chain work. It's fine. All right, in this case, it's quads, quads, quads. I want this to be a quad dominant exercise for her. So we need that deep knee bend angle. We do a narrow stance. Now, obviously, it's going to build adductors. Obviously, it's going to build glutes. But we need the quads, okay? If I have to, I'll start throwing leg extensions. Then I have her superset that afterwards. So we're doing a big tricep. She does standing calf raises. We'll eventually put her on something heavier. We just need to get something in there because we haven't been doing any direct calf work. Now, for people who ask why, because we haven't cared about physique. She's been modeling, but we haven't done physique competition, and it hasn't been on the radar till a couple weeks ago. She's like, Coach, I want to do this. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So that's our tricep. So our lower body, we do a tricep, and it's all 10 plus reps. So she's just like, yeah, the pump's crazy. You guys have seen me train like this. All right, then we do the same thing. We do the same thing with a second round of exercises. So we do 3 full sets of that. Then we come through, do a band pull through. Again, working the glutes, working the lumbar. She doesn't have a reverse hyper at this gym like she used to at the other one back in the other state. We will eventually have access to a gym or the reverse hyper again. But in the meantime, high rep band pull throughs. These carry over to her deadlift well. It puts a good stretch on the glutes, helps with the low back. So we do that, and then we do split squats. Fortunately, she's a trooper. A lot of clients would be firing me at this point, just an FYI. I have clients on my roster right now who, if they watch what I've got her doing with this, they'd be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So we do the pull-throughs, then we do split squats, both legs, and then she does seated calf raises in the rotation, which I don't think I got footage of that this workout. I think we'll get some later. So we do that through as a rotation, 3 sets of each of those in a tricep. Okay? Now keep in mind, we've done a heavy squat this session. The next session we'll do a heavy deadlift, and then we do this. This is pretty much how we're going to train. A lot of supersetting, a lot of rep work. We do training maxes to maintain our powerlifting. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.